Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty channel. We are coming live from Florida. For those that don't know, we've got a lot of information coming in. You know, the people that have been following me know that I have took a very conservative approach on the Kiely Rodni case. I didn't want to believe, you know, short of getting additional information related to this case, I wasn't willing to lay blame on anybody just yet, because at the beginning, we just didn't have enough information. We didn't. So we are now realizing that many of the people that were speculating and, having conspiracy theories about these children being involved, all these people at this party and nobody knows anything about a 16-year-old girl that was at that party that just disappeared, absolutely disappeared. So let's just go over some basic facts about Kiely Rodni. We've got some, pretty breaking news here. A lot of people have been talking about the amount of photos that have been released about this party, because there's hardly next to none. And we're all saying, with 400 some odd, young college kids, / high school kids at this, senior, goodbye party for the seniors that are going off to college. All these people out there drinking, boozing, drugging, all this stuff. And nobody sees this girl disappear. It appears as if she never left. Where her phone last pinged at 12:33. Apparently that's where she was found. We heard about a tow truck driver having a very wild, crazy story about the next day, potentially. The problem with his story, a lot of people think that he's interjecting himself into this whole drama saga thing. I didn't get that from him. Whenever I saw his interview, I saw a person, and I said this many times, while I still think this may possibly be, I don't know, because this case has been crazy. I mean, absolutely just nuts. This case has, every time you think you have something correct, something else happened, and it throws everything off, literally everything. I got to tell you that I cried. I've watched the video with Adventures with Purpose 3 times. The third time was on Dolly Vision. By the third time, every time I watch it, I literally break down in tears, especially when the mom comes on and you just see the pain in her face and in her body. And it kills me. It kills me inside. It hurts. I mean, I physically have lost my breath watching this. So let's go, before we get too much into the photo. Good morning, everyone. We have so many people in the chat right now. It's going to take me literally forever to tell you all good morning like I usually do. I realize a lot of people are here just trying to get any kind of information they can on Kiely Rodni. I hope we can help with some of it. Chronicles of Olivia will be here shortly. Many of you guys know that she just did a video drop, a very interesting video drop. Some of the, we've been hearing on a lot of different creators' channel, them discussing a very specific photo related to Kiely Rodni. Let me pull that up if I can. I thought I had the original. Hold on one second. I think I have an original photo without it being marked up. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Almost positive I do. Give me just a second. Yeah, there it is. Oops, that's the trailer. That's the trailer. I don't know where the photo is. Oh, well, I guess I'll put up the photo that we have. I have the actual original of this photo, but I can't seem to find it. Let me pull this down real quick. So this is the photo. You guys recognize this? I'm sure you have, because many people have been talking about this. Many creators have been talking about this party photo, because it appears that this is a SUV. It appears in the original photo that this is a silver SUV. People are alleging that this particular photo, this appears to be Kiely's SUV. And this blonde back here, right back here. Let me see if I can blow this up just a little bit more for you. This one right here, this blonde right here. Many people have been talking about this photo. They thought they think that is Kiely, and they were trying for people to notice how intoxicated she is, and she might have been dead here. She has her eyes closed. People think this is Kiely before she, this was her condition at that night. at the time that this photo was taken. I'm going to kind of come back a little bit because I'm not quite ready to keep going forward with this particular part of the story just yet. But we have definitely a lot of information. We have been doing our work. We've been reaching out to people. We've been trying to find out who these people are. We're trying to find out who the Nate is that she dated. We're trying to find out, is this the Nate that's in jail for the murder of a 15-year-old girl? There's been many Nates that have been brought up throughout this whole entire case. And, you know, many of the people that are coming into this chat room do not realize that there is a Nate from Placer County that is currently incarcerated for the murder of a 15-year-old girl for providing her a bad dose of drugs that he was selling. That's it. You know, like we have a Nate, she dated a Nate, and we're not even alleging that the Nate that she's dating is the same Nate that's arrested. We know that this county is very small. We know that this boy did not get arrested until 4 days after Kiely went missing and almost 10 days before she was found. For what many people in here, I mean, you guys have been telling me that you felt that this could potentially be an OD. And many of you guys have been telling me that, you know, they probably disposed of her because of this. And then we find this Nate character, which Kate has confirmed she dated a guy named Nate. It's SF Investigates that's providing us a different name for who the Nate is. And I got to say, you know, SF Investigates is, you know, I don't know if he really wants to be picking on every YouTuber because he feels that, yeah, he is more superior or above us in some sort of way when, listen, Steve, you put your pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else, buddy. So calm down. Calm down. Oh, and by the way, Steve, thanks for, you know, they tried to insult me, right? But all they did was bring more people over here. So thank you for the shout out there, Steve. All the Bullhorn Betty haters right now are friends with Steve. FSF Investigates because they just think I'm just a despicable person for covering the Kiely Rodni case. Oh, well. Cry a river, build a bridge. Don't like me. Stand in line, pick a number. That's the way it rolls. That's the way it rolls. So anyways, how many of you guys believe that the photos that were disseminated to us related to the party were accurate? Many of us look, and it almost makes me wonder, is that photo with those kids? Remember, we're like, this doesn't look right. Like there's no beer cans there with that photo. There doesn't look like there's 400 kids. You know, that photo that Sammy provided law enforcement, you know, the one of all the kids standing around and people started picking that apart when we found out Kiely's car was in the water because you had that shadowing light in the back. And people thought maybe that was her going in the water because everybody's kind of looking. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let me get down here. I've been missing any of your, looks well cleaned up. Yeah, the car looks very, very cleaned up, if that's what you're talking about. It looks photoshopped. It's not photoshopped. It's not photoshopped at all. This is a legit photo. This is a legit photo taken by these people at a party. That's exactly what it is. The problem here is they're alleging that this photo in particular was from the night of Kiely's disappearance. Many and many larger creators are dissecting this photo thinking that the blonde in the back is Kiely and that this is her car from the night at Prosser Lake. So our question is it, right? Is this a photo from that night? We're going to go back. We're going to discuss this. Olivia should be here in 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a link if somebody wants to come up and let us know. We're also going to be going over, actually, you know what, before I start bringing people up, I want everybody to watch this. I do. I want everybody to watch this first because this is the underwater assessment of the car. This came from their video. This is a very specific video and with honed in stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and we're going to watch this together, and then we're going to have a conversation, and then hopefully Olivia should be here by then. So let me pull this up.
Scene. It's an active investigation. Our job is to be here to find the where, which we have done. Now we need to assess it appropriately. Full assessment. Condition of the vehicle, windows up or down. Do not remove license plate like we normally do. Copy that. Confirm. I see the vehicle and the license plate. We have just found Kiely's vehicle. Over. 10-4. Do a full assessment, methodically, slowly. Make sure you focus on footage of the vehicle so that we can accurately relay that to the authorities. The vehicle is upside down. I repeat, it is upside down. I'm at the rear of the vehicle now, working my way around towards the driver's side. 10-4. I read you loud and clear. I'm approaching the driver's side window, trying to get a look inside.
I want you guys to notice right here, this window, and this is why it's important for me to show this to you. You guys can see this glare. This is the glare off the windshield. You can see the windshield is fully raised here. It's fully raised. And this driver's side window is closed. There is no driver's side window that is broken down. There is no driver's side windows that's shattered. Okay, it's the front passenger window that was shattered out. So I wanted to make sure that we're clear. It is my understanding that this window got broke during the excavation of the vehicle out of the water. And you can see the rear view mirror is intact.
Cannot positively identify.
Now here you can see how large that window was half cracked. This window was large enough for somebody to escape from. The crack in this window was large enough for a high school kid to swim out of this window. A smaller kid, not a football player, but somebody like Kiely's size, body height, and everything could have escaped out of this window.
10-4. Take your time. Be safe.
So this is important here. He says he sees a pair of shoes. Now my question is here. So he's looking at the window. Let me get this, make this smaller. So he's looking at this window here and he sees shoes. Now, is he seeing shoes on the other side of that window? Like, is he looking through and seeing shoes pointed that way, pointed toward the opposite side of the car? Because the way that this is described is she's almost laying long ways in the back hatch. Let's keep going. Put it up bigger so you guys can see what's going on. So he says he can see shoes here, but I don't know if he's seeing them from the opposite side, like he's looking over.
Ten-4. I read you loud and clear.
And this is something else. Remember, he saw shoes. He saw shoes. So it does appear, at least, you know, we don't have it confirmed, but it does appear that she at least was wearing shoes. Because there's some speculation out there as to whether her clothing was with her.
There are human remains in the vehicle. Over.
So right here, this is where it's almost like she's in a fetal position. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it appears that her head is right here. It appears that this is her body, and this is the shoes that he saw. So this is what I'm seeing right here. This being her head. This looks like her arms. It looks like she's laying back there. Do you guys see that? It looks like she's laying back there in the hatch of her vehicle. People are saying that this is her head. I don't know if her head's at the window, because it appears that this is her head up here, that when he looked through the window on the other side, he saw the shoes that were right here. This is because you can clearly see a figure in here. And so this is just very, very, very sad. But let's just keep going with this because they're going to tell you some more information.
10-4.
Passenger window is broken out.
So the front passenger window is broken out.
Rear driver's side window is halfway down.
Copy that. Rear driver's side window is down.
Line the line and turn top side.
Yep. That's what we do it for, brother. Good job. Good job. It's positive, you know? All right.
She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me. Yeah. Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down. Call the authorities.
Whew. So this video, I have to say, like right now, I'm like getting goosebumps. Like it makes me physically almost nauseous to watch, because we now know something happened without a doubt. There's something out there. There's no there's no possibility in my mind, because even it was very clear, because we were on Dolly Vision yesterday, and he had this Lambo, and he was kind of, this model car. It's his Lamborghini. And he started, using that for visual purposes, for us to kind of visualize how this car and everything, was turning and everything like that. So it's crazy, because no matter how you looked at it, we were thinking when we first heard about this, the buoyancy of, we were talking about the buoyancy of the vehicle, could she have floated? But we took one thing out of place, And that's the fact that this car was upside down, not on its wheels. It was on its roof. That means the pocket and buoyancy was the bottom of the car, not the top of the car. So if she was to float, she would be floating on the floor. And as we know, all the seats are attached to the floor. Everything's attached to the floor. How did she move from the front of that car to the back of that car? I haven't watched a whole lot of Adventures with Purpose. I'm going to go back and start watching their videos because I don't know how many people by the show of ones saw Doug's interview on Popcorn Planet. Okay. Okay. So a lot of you guys have. It was a very good. I have to be honest with you. I liked with Carson. I liked our interview with Carson very well because he was a little more open. It sounds like these guys got that call after they released this video. You guys know what I'm talking about with the call. Law enforcement saying, "Hey, this still is an active investigation. You might want to tread lightly." I think that's the kind of call that he got. Let me show you guys the interview while we wait for Olivia. Olivia should be here shortly, and then we'll move on. But for right now, let's look at the interview that we had with Carson. We'll get through. Let me just put this. Let's see. Well, it's a lengthy one, but actually, we'll just start it from the beginning.
Purpose. I've been kind of listening into you guys, so I thought that I could maybe help clear up some information.
Yes, please.
You guys seem to be a little confused. One thing in particular is like the cash grab. So one thing that I would like to clear up is we release all our videos to members first, and the reason for that is to thank them. Like, you can be a member for $5, $25, or however much you can donate. And that's to show, like, thank you. That's it. Like, all members get the same exact treatment. And then a few days later, it's released to the public. All our videos eventually get released to the public. So nothing's like YouTube Red, where people just have to pay all the time to watch our content. No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. It's obviously to help us and support us being out on the road, because a tank of gas in the RV is really training for Nick, as he is a new diver.
Broken.
And when y'all noticed the vehicle underwater, was the side view mirror still intact underwater, or did that get broken being pulled out of the water?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It all happened really fast. Like, the moment Nick went down, it was super quick. And then it was his first time assessing a vehicle. No offense to Nick, but if Doug was down there, he would have done a more full assessment. But it was great training for Nick, as he is a new diver. We're trying to get two teams out on the road.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I have to applaud you guys 100%, and I'm a big supporter of you guys. Have for years. So
yeah, I just learned about you guys not too long ago. So I've been trying to binge watch the stuff to catch up with what you guys do and understand how y'all do it. Now, what do you think about law enforcement when they gave y'all guys the map and said, "Hey, we searched here"? How did they overlook something that was just right off the bank like that? Is that common that the police overlook something?
With a newer vehicle, it comes up differently on sonar. 100%. A newer vehicle will give you misreads, and that's because an older vehicle will have sediment built up on the top layer of the vehicle for it to absorb sonar a lot better.
Yep.
So, it's very likely that they could have missed it. But it, also places the theory of what if this is foul play, if whoever found out that law enforcement searched that lake, if they just put her in there, like, maybe after.
Yeah. That's what some so that is some speculation that we've all heard that and with this tow truck driver, listen, if we were to take everything into consideration here. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's very sweet that people, support this channel. We definitely appreciate it. This is how our channel is able to grow. This is how we're able to get out to the places that we need to go to do searches and things of that nature. So I really do appreciate it. Much love to you for covering this heartfelt case. My coffee is finished to continue watching your content. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, love. But anyways, many people have speculated that this car could have been dumped after they searched that. I mean, we do have to take, now that we know that she was in the hatch, this is like the trunk of the SUV. It's the trunk of the SUV. And guys, let me know if you need me to put this on subscriber only mode. If it gets a little too much for you, just let me know and I'll switch it over. So anyways, we all know that there is allegations that one of the sheriff's sons or kids or something were at this party. Could this be playing into it? Could somebody be relaying some information to people so they can actually, yeah, I know we need to kick them out permanently, but all they do is just create new accounts. You're just going to have to deal. This is YouTube, folks. If you guys don't know, YouTube is filled with a bunch of trolls. So just ignore them. Don't feed into them. Just block them and move on. But if we were to take this tow truck driver's account, now let's say that this truly was Kiely. I'm skeptical on, I'm not skeptical on what he's saying, folks. I just want to be very clear. This guy, and many of you guys know, I like to try to read people as much as I can. And when I'm looking at him and looking at his body position, looking at how he's talking, looking at his speech pattern, looking and observing his movements, he's not appearing to be deceptive. He is appearing to be telling a story that is true to him. And it very well may be. It very well may be. I heard Doug talk yesterday on Popcorn Planet. And, he specifically stated if he didn't feel that this was a substantial piece in this case, he would not have put this in the documentary. If his team did not corroborate a lot of Nick's statements, that's the tow truck driver. There's a lot of confusion because there's a Nick there that's also the new diver, the one that actually discovered Kiely's vehicle and her inside of the vehicle. His name is also Nick. So I was very confused at the beginning because they kept talking about Nick and then talking about Nick and then talking about Nick. And I'm like, are they both named Nick? Yes, that is correct. They are both named Nick. So the tow truck driver, Nick, he describes this story, excuse me. He describes the story of this encounter he had with someone that appeared to be similar to the description of Jagger as well as Kiely out at Boca Reservoir. And that's the reservoir that we had discussed that's just slightly north of Prosser Lake. And this reservoir, the reason why we brought it up on this channel is because when we first, heard about this, many of you guys I personally thought Kiely did this to herself. It made sense to me. Huge party, lots of booze. We heard of the substances out at that party. We heard about a bunch of different stuff and come to the realization that it's possible that she was completely, utterly inebriated and tried to get behind her car, the wheel of her car. This is what, at the beginning, the information we had was equaling. It wasn't equaling murder. It wasn't equaling anything suspicious. It wasn't equaling anything. What we knew at that moment in time was that Kiely was at a party, intoxicated, could not barely walk, could not barely talk, and she was left there by her friends. That's what we knew. Many of you guys picked up on a lot of subtle inconsistencies, and you guys were right about that. There was something that stunk to high heaven in this case. I was not looking at those possibilities because nothing was factual, and because of the age of these children, I know that people are on here, and I know people can be incited to do things. And what I was trying to avoid was any kind of attacks on these kids, especially from anybody that's associated with the Bullhorn Betty channel, because I just didn't think it was appropriate or right. We didn't have enough information. We still don't. We still don't. Many people still believe that Sammy is responsible, that something happened. I'm starting to listen to that, because there are a lot of inconsistencies with her. Now that we know that Kiely was in the hatch of the vehicle, we now know that she did not float back there. I'm sorry. We can go through buoyancy and all this other stuff all you want. What I saw back there was a girl in a fetal position in the back of her SUV. That's what I saw. And I'm sorry, that's not a natural floating position. So I have actually 7 theories. Yeah, I don't know where this whole haircut rumor stuff started, Miss Robin, but people are asking me what my theory is. I've got several theories. The theory of her doing this to herself, my original theory that when this case broke, is no longer my theory. I don't believe. I believe that there is no possibility, without a doubt. This is just my personal preference based upon information that we're getting online. But I don't believe Kiely did this to herself. I don't believe that one, not even a 0.5%, not a 1/4%, not a 1/10%. I don't believe she did this to herself. I don't believe that at all. What I believe, either there's 4 theories that could happen, but one of them I just disputed. I don't believe she did this to herself. I don't even believe she was in the driver's seat or even drove her car. I believe she was intoxicated. So the one theory is that she went back there, she cranked her car, went back there and slept. I've done that before. That is a good possibility. She's too drunk to drive. She probably cranked it on, or even a friend may have put her back there and cranked the vehicle on so she didn't get hot in the car when she woke up. She'd have nice AC. That's what I've done many times. No big deal. But, you have a bunch of people out there drinking and stuff. Maybe somebody saw an empty vehicle cranked up and decided to go joyriding and decided to, be mischievous and trash the car and then throw it in the lake, not realizing somebody's sleeping in the back hatch of the car. That's one theory. It's a plausible theory. The other theory is that that she was put back there and her friends went for a joyride in the car, knowing she was back there, and ended up crashing the car. And when they crashed the car, they forgot about her. They all exited and got out, and she stayed in, or they thought maybe she got out. That's one theory. And the last theory is the most, in my opinion, the most disturbing theory. And that is that something happened to her, whether she was killed by an OD, whether she was killed by fighting, whether, they locked her in the car and went back and checked on her and she was dead, something. And they freaked out and decided to bust the windows out and throw her in the lake so they didn't have to deal with the problem. Because many of them, as you know, were heading off to college. We also found out from Doug, and this is a big shout out to those pieces of shit parents out in Truckee, California. The hell with you. All those parents that told their kids to shut their mouth. Shame on you. You should be thankful it's not your flipping kid. Your child was out there, a child died, and you're telling your kid to shut their mouth? What? You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I am sorry. I don't care if my kid's going to college or not. If a child is missing and a child is dead, my child better be telling somebody every damn thing they know. That's called parenting. It's called your child being responsible for their own conduct and you making them accountable for their actions. That's called parenting. folks. All right, so we got Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia. I'm dropping a link. This is not for anybody else but Chronicles of Olivia. There you go. Miss Beautiful Olivia Vital. She's going to be up here in a second. Say it louder. No shit. This is the kind of crap that burns my grits. Literally burns my grits. There are parents out there telling their children not to cooperate in an investigation where a 16-year-old little girl disappeared and was found in the trunk of her SUV. Parents, you go and tell your children and drag them into that law enforcement agency by their flipping ears or by their toes. I don't give a damn how you get your child down there. Get your child down there and tell them to open their flipping mouth and tell them that those law enforcement agents everything they know. Because if you don't know anything about Bullhorn Betty and people lying, you don't want me coming to Truckee. You don't want me coming to Truckee. When I come to Truckee, you want me on a fact-finding mission, not a protest mission. Kids, telling you. Bullhorn Betty will follow you to your college. Don't make me go on your campus.
That's a fact. Good morning.
Don't make me come up on your campus because I'll tell you about yourself.
That is true. Well, hello.
Yeah, you have been working your butt off. You have just been killing it.
And you too.
Before we start, now, well, actually, let's talk about before I play the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kind of go back. So. Okay. We've been following this case, Kiely Rodni, sad. You know, I've been kind of off with this case because I've been very reserved in how I handled this case. And I have to be honest with you, a lot of the reservations on this case comes from a lot of the hate and attacks that are on me. It made me second guess myself. It made me doubt myself. But nonetheless, I still think we took the appropriate approach to this case because at the beginning, there wasn't a whole lot. What we knew was a 16-year-old girl went to a very big party. We knew that she was partaking in a lot of the stuff that was out there, whether it be substances or alcohol or a combination of both. We know that she was having an enjoyable time.
Yeah.
She was supposed to go home. Her mom wakes up the next morning. Kiely's not there. Alarms are sounded. They go to the Starbucks. She was supposed to go to a camping trip the next day. She never showed up. Mm-hmm. And all of this kind of just started to explode. We had law enforcement agents inside Prosser Reservoir searching and looking for this because she had a last ping at 12:33. Mm-hmm. We were getting inconsistent statements from these kids, which I equated to alcohol.
Yeah.
And now with this finding of Kiely being in the hatch of her car, like for those that don't understand, the hatch of her car is the trunk, basically.
Yeah.
The cargo area of the vehicle.
Yeah, that's extremely suspicious. At first, I thought it was possible that she could have floated back there because obviously the tip of the car would go down. But after seeing a lot of videos on the Facebook group of like parents having like their kid try and like crawl through there, that and just I don't know, it just seems very suspicious. So I personally also agree with you that foul play is involved.
Yeah. The idea at this point for me, the idea that she did this to herself, it has been removed almost 100% from my mind. There is no possibility in Bullhorn Betty's mind that she is responsible for this in the least.
Yeah. Same here. Something very nefarious happened, I believe. And I agree with you on the parents. I think a few parents probably know or have an idea of what happened. Maybe their child confessed to them, but they don't want to say anything. That's not okay. And I'm sure there's several individuals that know what happened because again, she was about 300 yards away from the party, which was shocking because I thought she would be at least maybe a mile away, but no, she was
right there. Everything was right there.
It's wild.
A couple things that I got off of Doug's interview yesterday on Popcorn Planet was one, he was very reserved in how he responded to things. Like I said, I think that the team got the call, to be very cautious as what they say, because this is an open investigation. And, somebody like Adventures with Purpose, even us, when we go out to these things, we don't want to hinder an investigation. If we came across something, that was, connected, or evidence or evidentiary value, or something that goes to the heart of the case, we may discuss that there's something there, but we would not be showing that either. I mean, I think it's the responsibility of the creator to be very cautious when we're dealing with open and active investigations.
Exactly. We've always done that. When we went to Moab, Utah, for Crystal and Kylan, we didn't talk while we were there. No one even really knew we were there, first of all. And we always keep things and stuff. So yeah.
I still remember that Olivia was having
a mental breakdown because I couldn't
having DP. She was going through some withdrawals, social media withdrawals there. She's like, I'm ready to post. I'm like, put the phone down.
I know that was hard. Wow. And then even for Summer Wells, when we went to Tennessee 2 times, we did the same thing. We try and keep the down low on certain things. So we always try to be professional when we are flown out. And also another thing is, thank you to everyone who has donated in the past to fly us out to these locations, because we wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah.
But also
don't realize.
Yeah. No, you go. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just butting up against that. So I'm going to go ahead and play your trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, because I have to leave in like 5 minutes to work.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I work at 9:30, but play that and I'll say something quickly about it.
Okay. Put this up. I got the wrong one. I got the full one. Hold on. That's not the one I want. I want the trailer.
Oops. Did I send you the full one on accident?
I think you did. Hold on a second. I think I got the trailer too. Let me just pull it up. Give me just a second.
Because we could play it on my end too. I could just share my screen.
No, I've got it. I've got it right here. 30 seconds. I found it. Just give me a second. I'm glad I looked, because that would have for all of those who don't know, Chronicles of Olivia, one of my mods, please put her stuff in the chat for her link to her YouTube page. She's amazing at her work. She's my friend. I'm so blessed. Yeah. All right, here we go.
This photo is believed to have been taken the night of the party that 16-year-old Kiely Rodni went missing at on August 6th.
So I am one of the girls in this photo, and I think that I should clear things up. I was the blonde girl in the photo that has her eyes closed. That was me. The picture was taken the night of the Prosser party, but
link in bio for the full video.
So very good, very catchy. Good job on that. And so for those that don't know, go over to Olivia's page to watch the full video. It's about 30 minutes, 22 minutes, something like that.
No, it's actually a minute, and it's like 2 minutes long. Really, it's very short.
Oh, the video is? Well, I just got one that was 20 something minutes. You must have sent me the whole damn thing.
I don't know what I sent you. It was crazy morning. It was 3 in the morning.
Just really quick. So we heard a lot of creators talking about this very specific photo. Yes. They've been diving into it. They've been dissecting it.
Yes.
They've been going through it. They've been
doing overlays with the photos.
Overlays, facial overlays, trying to see if this is Kiely and everything like that. At the end of the day, this is not Kiely. This is not her vehicle. This photo wasn't even taken in the state of California.
Yeah. So I was reached out by one of the girls in the photo first, and this was a few days ago. And she was very concerned because in the documentary episode 1 that I posted, I used that photo because I saw it was in the Facebook group. It was circulating around. A lot of people were talking about it. They were saying it was from the party. So I naturally just assumed that it was from the party. And I did use that photo in my video. She reached out to me and said, this is misinformation. She wanted to clear things up. And her photo matched the photo of the girl in the middle. So yeah, I like had her kind of talk to me and some other people.
Yeah. So out of the 3 people inside that car, you have located 2 of the individuals.
Yes.
They're not Kiely, never knew Kiely, not associated with Kiely. And actually in Reno, Nevada, at another party that same night, that photo was actually taken right around the time.
It was, yeah.
That all this stuff was popping off at Prosser, which was really odd, but it was just merely a coincidence. This wasn't even taken in the state of California.
And they are not lying, because I'm a millennial and I didn't even know about the Be Real app. That's the app that they use to take the photo. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know about this, but a lot of younger, like, teenagers are using this app, and I tested it, and it's for sure the same app they use, because it looks like a FaceTime photo. Like, could you pull it up for like 2 seconds?
And which one was it?
Just like the original, like, photo of all the girls, like the black and white photo of them.
Yeah, give me just a second.
Or you can pull up the video too, because it was on the very front of it.
Here we go.
But it is from the Be Real app.
I don't know what just happened there. Oh, there it is. Hold on, let me pull this down. That's the one thing I'm noticing. Whenever you have everything pulled up in large thing, you can't move anything over to your second screen. So here we go. This one here.
So see how at the very top it looks like a FaceTime photo in the corner, left corner? It's not. It's from that app. And the girl in the middle does not know how the photo got out. It's that I'm not really sure about.
And some people actually believe that this girl here was Sammy.
Yeah, not Sammy. And then
Sammy.
Yeah, and
these girls don't even have those names. Like this girl here, I think is Elle.
No, don't say her name. Don't say her name. But
it's just an initial.
But still, it's just call her E. And then the girl behind her, L. But they just, because they're well,
that's what I said. It was just initials.
Yeah. No, you didn't even say the name. You said, yeah, you're good. I freaked out.
Yes.
But so I can't say their names just because they are minors. Yeah. They personally chose to not.
Right. Because we have E here. E's the brown hair.
L behind
L is the blonde.
Yes. She's the one that people think is Kiely, and she sent me an audio message and like said, I am the girl behind, the one that people think is Kiely, and her story corroborated the girl that was right in front of her that reached out to me too.
Yeah. So we have definitely corroborated this.
I have screenshots.
We've even taken we've made sure that these are the people.
I looked at their photos. Yeah. Their Instagrams are private. I was able to get inside of them, and I looked and I was like, yeah, this is, and actually, and I didn't post this in the video, so only you guys are going to know this bit of information. But the girl I don't even know if I should be saying this, but the girl on the left top, the one that looks like she's taking a selfie with the white shirt.
Yeah.
She commented on one of my videos and also was saying like, this was not from the party. And I clicked on her profile and her face is identical.
It's her. Yeah.
And she is actually not friends anymore with one of the girls in the photo. So they're not talking anymore. But yeah, so I know for sure that these are the right girls, because
we've reached out to them. So this photo is debunked. This photo, I mean, at the end of the day, the bottom line is this photo that is traveling around YouTube. People are dissecting it. They're looking at it. They think that that's Kiely. They think that this is Sammy. They think that this is her car. It's not. It really just isn't. These girls have come forward. They want these photos out of, because these girls are going to be going to college too. They're probably getting some rap because their photos are popping up on all these things, related to this missing girl that's now dead in the back of her car.
Yeah, they were really concerned about that, and they were upset with like me at first, which I completely understand, because I posted that in my documentary. I made a mistake. I thought it was from the party too, because I just naturally assumed that. And because I saw it all over the Facebook group and everything. So I'm sorry that I put that in my document.
I know you've got to go. I'm looking at the time.
I gotta leave.
Peace out. Have a great day. I will see you later. Everybody. Let me know. Tomorrow I'm going to be over after, well, tomorrow's Sunday. Monday we'll start working. After
Yeah, I can come to your house, or you can come over here, and
Okay.
we can start planning stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need
All
to.
right.
All right.
Bye,
Love you.
everyone. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Our beautiful Olivia. She does such a great job, guys. Go over to her page, watch this video, get some education. Now that we know that this is a, in my opinion, at minimum, a vehicular homicide, at minimum. I think it's probably more egregious than that at this point. I really do. But now that we know what we've got here, what we're looking at here, you know, the Bullhorn Betty channel, as well as the people that I partner with and collaborate with on these projects, are going to be diving into this case. We're going to dive into this case. We're going to start pulling this case slap apart. We're going to get down to the bottom of it. This is only step one. We have debunked this photo as being part of that party. This is not a photo party. Okay. This was a party the same night, but in a different state. I don't know how this photo got out of there. That blonde in the back is not Kiely. This is not Kiely's SUV. That is not Sammy. And these people are in Nevada when this photo is taken. So just, you know, just for all of you guys to know, you know, I am taking this case very seriously. You know, I did get a lot of information inaccurate at the beginning because there wasn't a whole lot of, information readily available. I'm very cautious, you know, people, and even one of my favorite people in here, Mama Bear 10, was like, you know, Andrew, with all due respect, she's like, you know, you didn't mind doing this, you know, with Don Wells, or this with, you know, the Summer Wells case. There's a difference with that case, folks. I went out there. I did a fact-finding mission. I talked to people that were in and around the Wells. I actually talked to Don Wells on multiple occasions. You know, we dove into the Summer Wells case so much so that I could formulate an opinion based upon the work that I did. Right now, I'm relying on other people's work to tell me what's going on out there because I'm not out there. As many of you guys see, you know, I don't know if you guys heard the tone in Olivia's voice, but Olivia and I, we're going to be building a team, and we're going to be heading out to California. Now, obviously, we're going to Idaho. I want to let everybody know that it's been sponsoring our Idaho trip. Thank you. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I booked my ticket. I booked my ticket last night. Idaho, I'm still working on the, we still need funds because we're about $420 shy of my full budget, which is my rental car. So hopefully if you guys are here and you guys want to sponsor this channel, don't forget the Idaho trip. There it is. Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. We're just short of the vehicle, but the ticket has been paid. I see people that have been sending in money. I'm sorry I'm not responding to you on the app, but I want to thank you guys immensely. Without the sponsors that we have for these types of trips, these trips would not be possible. Many of you guys know the importance of getting out there and getting the story, and not only just getting the story, but having it right. You know, when we're dealing with mainstream media, they hold back entirely too much stuff that they're not required to hold back. They just do because they have a good working relationship with law enforcement. You know, while I do respect law enforcement, I also respect the Constitution and what I'm allowed to get and what I'm allowed to bring to you guys. Do I ever want to step on a case or cause any problems in a case? Of course not. But, you know, there are laws in place. They have to work around the Constitution just like I do. So there's a place in this world for the both of us, right? There's a place in the world for law enforcement. There's a place in the world for journalism. So that's where I lie in these types of conversations. At any rate, we're going out to Idaho. I hope I do an amazing job for each and every one of you. I'm really, really, really super excited about this trip. I'm really excited about being able, oh, crap, I forgot, Lana, shoot. I was supposed to speak to Lana yesterday at 4:00. Crap, I got to call her as soon as I'm done here. I got to call her. I'm supposed to be speaking to her. Sorry. Lana, if you're watching, I'm sorry. It's been crazy this week. I swear to God, it's been crazy this week. I have just been working nonstop on this Kiely Rodni case. And not only that, but Jolissa Fuentes. Like, now that we know that Kiely has been, was found in the back of her car, this is, everything kind of focused back on Kiely. I was getting away from that when they found the vehicle because I naturally just thought that, here we go. It was exactly what I thought. She's in the water. She's right there at the campground. She could have easily made the wrong turn. It's black as crap out there at night. Like all these things. Like, I'm like, okay, they found her. She's in the water. That's where I said they were. No, blah, 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 blah. Not true. Not true. This case has now turned and made a turn for the worse, because now we have to start looking at over 400 suspects. Okay. I want to make sure that that's clear for everybody in here about, now that she's found, that's not the end of the job. Like, the job is just now beginning. The minute she was pulled out of that water was when the real work started. It was when the real work started for this case. A lot of people are blaming Jagger. I'm still not there yet. I'm still not there yet. Something has to come forward that links him to that area. And so far, the only thing that links him to that area is a description from a tow truck driver that didn't describe the kid until over a week later. I want everybody in here to tell me what you guys did last week. What was your very specific schedule last week? And you can't look. Now, don't go to the calendar and look what you did. I'm telling you, come on, tell me what you did last week, right? I don't remember what I did yesterday, folks. Let me be clear. I talked to somebody yesterday. If a cop came here and said that guy was a murderer, can you please describe who you were talking to? I'd be like, he had brown hair, right? Like, I'm not paying attention to his height, his weight, his shirt, his pants. Lady was kidnapped jogging in Tennessee last week. Thank you, Dinkle. I think I got that. I think Sherry, one of our family members here, sent me something about someone. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Jogger abducted, U of M campus, Memphis. So this is the girl. If you guys have seen, hold on. Every time I move this cord, it pops another screen up. If you guys have seen this lady, she was abducted on the U of M campus. We're looking for her. Any information, please reach out to Memphis police at your earliest convenience. Again, this is a jogger that was abducted. We all know that how the abduction stuff works. Your window of opportunity in an abduction is 3 hours. 3 hours. That's your window of opportunity to get somebody into a safe environment. 3 hours. And okay. Yeah, we'll have to look at Messenger, please. Now I'm not going into the whole jogger thing today. This is Kiely, a Kiely conversation, but we'll have to come back to it. But yeah, the jogger was abducted. I need to do some more research. The girls have already got some things in that they've already researched related to this. So it's just I'm not prepared for it yet. So I'll have to review that. Maybe we'll discuss this jogger tomorrow, because it's very important that we get her photo out there, which I just did. But we want to also be factual. I got no, I'm not going to study right here in front of you. I guess maybe one day we should. I mean, that'd probably be fun, right? Have a study session on the Bullhorn Buddy channel. Yeah, there's 600 people watching, guys. If you wouldn't mind going out there and giving me a thumbs up, it is free to tell me thank you. We do a lot of research here. We do a lot of groundwork here. We do a lot of field work here. We do a lot of work, period. And we got some great people that help. The mods, we've got people that are now helping out with thumbnails. We got people now helping out with research. We're going to be opening up a Facebook fan page here soon for the Bullhorn Betty channel. We're now really starting to roll out some, like I said, we had goals when we started this channel, and one of those channels was to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. We met that goal early on, and it was the great work of many people in here, as well as myself, that pushed this channel forward. And now we were having an opportunity to really start, bringing a lot more cases to you guys in a multitude of ways, not necessarily diving into each case for 2 hours on a live, but just getting people's faces out there, advocating for the missing, advocating for the lost and the murdered. So that's what we are working to do here. And we do it very successfully with the help of each and every one of you guys. So thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for reminding me of that. I was meaning to talk about it, but many of you guys know we get on here and we start chatting, and the Kiely case is just popping right now. It really is. And it's sad that this poor girl lost her life. And let's dive in. Let's find out what happened. I can tell you there's stuff going on behind. I feel it. I feel this stuff going on behind the scenes because we know law enforcement. They're ghosting us. They're ghosting us. Oh, thank you. We have crossed over to 11,000 subscribers yesterday. Thank you. So if you guys have not signed up or subscribed to the Bullhorn Betty channel, please do. We cover a lot of different cases, not just Kiely, but we cover a lot of different cases. And I do some videos on kind of odd, off-the-wall cases that don't have a whole lot of traction, but do need some kind of exposure. So we do videos and posts and things of that nature. So if it's something that you like, woohoo! Well, one of them just dropped off. Don't do that to me, Lex. 5 of them just dropped off. But yeah, anyways, so what's going on? I see now that the things have died down, I can tell you guys all good morning. I see that there's a few people in here. Kelly Allen, B. Betty fan, Karen Davis, Guidance in Life with TLC AS. Nice to see you. I see that Stony Stone is in the house today. Stony Stone, we just debunked that photo that's been traveling around YouTube as a photo of the night of the party, people thinking that it's Kiely and doing face overlays and all this other stuff. This photo wasn't even taken in the state of California. It was taken. The only thing that comes close to this photo having any relevance to this case is it was taken actually on August 5th at around 11:30 at night. And it was taken all the way over in Reno, Nevada, 35 miles away. So not even in the state of California. Not the photo, not a party photo. So those creators that are out there, just take that and hit the delete button. It has no association whatsoever with the Kiely Rodni case. So I want to talk a little bit about, the interview on Popcorn Planet that Doug gave. A few things that I think were very, very, very important, although he had to be very, very cautious about what he said and how he answered questions. Because we have to realize this is an open and active investigation, and he is now a witness in this open and active investigation. Because they are the ones that located that car. They are the ones that had all the information associated with that car. They are now a state witness. Let's put this in perspective for everybody. So they have to be careful what they say. They have to be careful what they say. They have to be careful of how they say it, because at some point in time when the person is apprehended, they're going to have to pick these people apart. They're going to have to try to debunk Adventures with Purpose's claims. They were down there. Oh, did we get a new member? Oh, thank you. Percy, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. We appreciate it. I love it. Coffee Club is growing. Coffee Club is growing leaps and bounds. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Why is it the Coffee Club? It's because Bullhorn Betty's addicted to coffee. That's why. I don't know how, I should have the most yellow teeth ever because all I drink is coffee. I'll throw some water down my hatch every now and again. But for the most part, it's coffee. Coffee all day, every day. The other, hold on just a second. What does it say? C12. Oh, hi, C12. Nice to see you, honey. The other reason this case is being considered foul play is the ME has not come out and said there was water in her lungs. Had there been, they would have stated that fact, in my opinion. Maybe, because that goes to, they are probably, this is what I think is happening behind the scenes. I don't know if it to be true or not, but this is what I'm just assuming is going on behind the scenes. So we know that California Highway Patrol are conducting an accident investigation. They have some of the best equipment to reenact what could have transpired to get that car in that water, in that position, upside down, everything. They've got to reenact that. I believe that the state highway patrol are able to do that. They actually have fabulous programs that they plug in the information and it reenacts the stuff for them. So I believe them. But one thing they didn't say is they did not say if there was a second case, because, sometimes investigations, different entities do parallel investigations. So, for example, the highway patrol is doing the investigation on how the car got in the water. But however, you have law enforcement agent also conducting a criminal investigation or a homicide investigation, for an example. We never heard whether they have two investigations going on right now in the Kiely Rodni case. We don't know whether that's going on. We don't know if the highway patrolmen, and this is another thing, at this point, those numbers, that trajectory, that information that kind of puts that, visualizes how that car could have gotten in the water by them plugging in the information. They have not yet come out with that information. At this point in time, she was found on the 20th. So it's almost been close to 2 weeks since she was located. Not quite yet, but almost. You would think that at least the accident investigation would have already produced some information that they can provide to us. They haven't. They have ghosted us. They have went dark. They have gone silent. Law enforcement out there, that is a telltale sign. We all know that when we know the stages, right? You have a missing person. There's protocols in place. They can communicate with family. They can do this. They can do that. When it goes up to the criminal investigation state, they're much more cautious on what they say. They're very limited in what they can provide to family members and things like that. When it's at a homicide investigation, nobody talks. It's close to the chest. Lips are sealed. What are we seeing here? We're seeing something being played close to the chest. We're seeing something with lips sealed on it. This is telling me, I guarantee, we don't know yet, but this is a homicide investigation. I guarantee it. At minimum, a criminal investigation. But I believe this is a homicide investigation, and I believe they have not notified the public through media that they have escalated this to a homicide investigation. Again, it is odd to me that a child wound up in the trunk of their vehicle and their vehicle upside down in a lake, literally 300 yards from where they were last seen. Something stinks to high heaven here. We need to locate where Sammy is. I heard that she left with her parents. I believe that happened. At that time, I thought it was just rumors, but a lot of this stuff that I thought was just rumors is coming out to being played out in YouTube, in the streets of YouTube, and it's all becoming real. Things that didn't make sense are becoming clearer. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate it. I've been a member of AWP for 2 years. They are very humble, decent people. Oh, they are amazing. I like, hands down to them. I mean, I love them so much. I don't really, I'm very cautious. I want to make sure that they're supported. Everything that I do on this channel related to Adventures with Purpose is to help bolster their channel, not necessarily mine, is to bolster their channel. I will not go there unless they, short of them saying, hey, any creator can use this content, I will use it. But I'm very, I want them to get the fruits of their labor. They did a lot of hard work. I can't imagine doing the work that they did, spending the hours they spend, taking time away from their family. They don't deserve to do that. I'm sorry. There's just some jackasses out there that think that everything should be done at the expense of us. And we should just show it to the whole entire world at our expense. We shouldn't make money off of it. We should spend our own money. We should break ourselves. We should go into bankruptcy to be YouTube creators. That's what some people want to make you believe. That ain't happening here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I'm sorry, but I believe in the work that we do, and I believe the messaging that we get. I just believe in the work we do. We can't do it. We can't do it without without this. And the people that are beating up on Adventures with Purpose for getting a paycheck from doing work that they love, it doesn't change their heart. Right? It doesn't change their heart. It doesn't change what they're doing it for. This whole nonsense that these few they're trolls. They're just insiders. They're just gaslighters. They're nobodies. They literally are peons in the basement of their parents' house playing on a computer that have no life, and all they want to do is be miserable and make other people miserable. That's it. That's why we ignore them here. We don't even engage with the trolls in this chat anymore. Because I feel sorry for them. I literally feel sorry for them. So this idea that, Adventures with Purpose, should be sponsoring their own trips, should be paying for their own stuff. Look, it's the audience that's getting the benefit of the work that they're doing. It's their audience that gets to watch this work without having to go out there and do it themselves. But you know what? It's the haters aren't supporting me. The haters aren't supporting them. You know who's supporting them? Their audience that loves the work that they're doing. So for the people that are on here, don't let these trolls antagonize you. Don't let them make you lose your focus. All they're doing is gaslighting, causing problems, and causing drama in a community that doesn't need drama. I mean, we deal with murders, horrible, despicable people. Trust me, we've got enough drama in this community with the criminals all by themselves. We don't need adults that want to act like children on here, adding to the drama that we have. But that's YouTube. And it is created, and it will not go away. So if you see hate on the YouTube streets, please don't engage. Anyways, guys, I know this is a short live. I just wanted to come up here and give you guys some information related to the photos. We're working really hard behind the scenes. If I can stay on lives longer, I will. But at this stage of the game, we have to be looking into this case. We have to be investigating. We have to be sleuthing. We have to, if we're going to be getting this information out to you, there's got to be a lot of work going on back here. And so I'm probably going to start limiting my lives and just giving you guys as much information in that live as possible. I wish, it's so funny is I love you guys. You guys love me so much that you guys come here. But I'm not funny. Like, I guess every now and again we have fun, and it's a fun, enjoyable experience. But you know what? I'm not a funny person. I'm just not, right? I'd like to be. Every now and again, I get something funny, like the Weekend at Bernie's. Like I'm a little clever every now and again. I'm just not, I'm just not like Comedy Hour. Let me pull this up. Let's do Weekend at Bernie's, shall we? We need a laugh. We need a laugh. So if you guys haven't been on here, there's a con PI out of Mississippi. He doesn't work in he doesn't live in Mississippi. He doesn't have a business in Mississippi. He has a piece of paper and he tries to travel all over this country and call himself a PI. But he can't be a PI unless he's literally standing in the state of Mississippi, because they have no licensing laws, because this Yahoo can't pass a freaking private eye test or pass a background check to be a licensed PI. So he has to go to these states that don't license. Anyways, it's a joke. And so he calls me a moron, right? Because I exposed him. And so he's on here. He's got this big ego. He thinks he's he's just a pompous. But anyways, this was freaking hilarious. I saw this. This is a weekend. This is the Weekend at Bernie's rerun right here. Weekends at Bernie's with Con PI. I'm not even going to say his name because I hate him so much. Yes, and I said that with a big old fat H, and I don't hate anybody. But this guy, well, there's two people that I absolutely despise. He's one of them. 3.
Quick here, Mr. Miles, you see me?
Oh my God, his voice is just driving me nuts. No, I'm just joking. Right? But he's so pompous. Look at how arrogant he is. Oh, me. Listen.
Been on this program, you and we will have you on in the future. Last question, we let you go. Can you tell me how long I will live, or what my demise will be? How will Jim Terry from Jim Terry TV, a 22-year indoor and arena football league veteran, a historically black college and university grad, a man that won a national championship, and an entertainer to the thousands, how and when will Mr. Jim Terry from Jim Terry TV pass away?
Like now.
My spirit tells me I see you living between 78 and 89.
I die every time.
78 and 89. And you froze. Wow. Oh my God, that's interesting. Your screen froze. That's what I see. I don't know what happened. So
like I said, a Weekend at Bernie's. You were wrong in your analysis. There he is. He's Oh God, he is absolutely horrific, and it's like, you know what? At this point, where he's been exposed as much as he's been exposed, if any person hires this man, you know what? I don't know what to say. Like when you start attacking your own clients, and it's not only that, but it's a pattern. Like if you watch him and you've watched him for the last, like you can go back, you can just type in Jim Terry on here. Some people pull their stuff back because he threatened them. You can look on my page. He's not threatening me to take my stuff down. He can dox me. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. His crap is still staying up because he's a freaking con. He's a con that preys on freaking parents or family members of lost people. He trolls missing person groups on Facebook and reaches out to the parents and makes them pony up thousands of dollars up front, never solves their case. And when they fire him, he flips the switch and starts attacking the family. It's disgusting. So any family that at this point that wants to hire this Yahoo, I'm sorry. We put the information out there to help protect you. All you got to do is do a search. I know when you're missing people and you just want your loved one found, you become very vulnerable and you become prey to some of these people. Don't become prey. Listen to Bullhorn Betty. This guy's a joke. Don't hire him. And damn sure don't give him 1 red cent. Just saying. Oh, Steffers, you missed it? It's the weekend of Birdie. I think you saw it the other day. And I already closed it completely out. I'm sorry. We'll have to watch it. I'll pull it up again. We'll watch it again. Couple of other things. While we're on here, because you know how I feel about people, stuff like that, especially these damn YouTubers.
Andrea, aka Bullhorn Betty here. Look what I found. It looks like a lot of people on YouTube. Right here. Right here. This is a real ass right here. Like many people on YouTube. All you need to do is show an asshole a little love. Right? Right? Tell him. What you need to do? What you need to do? Huh? What you need to do? Oh, too many assholes on YouTube. Say it. Say it with me, baby. Say there's just too many people. Too many people on YouTube that look like you, huh? So the next time you want to be an ass, maybe you should come out here and hang out with the ass. Just saying. You want to be a jackass? There's your brother. Peace out. Bullhorn Betty style.
Okay, so maybe I am a little funny. Just a little bit. But not like crazy funny. I can't have you guys falling on the floor laughing and rolling around like it's going out of style, right? So many people think I'm controversial. I'm not. I'm actually a nice person, folks. I hate to break it to you. Not everything they say out there in YouTube world is true. So anyways, we are going out to help another little boy. His name's Michael Monkey Vaughn. He disappeared from Fruitland, Idaho. It's just a weird phenomenon. So with this particular case, this child, apparently got out of his house, was seen potentially going down the road, looking for somebody to play with. Dad noticed that the kid, Michael had been missing and started, going and searching and stuff like that. It has been alleged that there's a possibility of an abduction with him. And out here in this community, this is the weird thing about this community. So it's Idaho. There's a lot of farmland out there in Idaho. But they have this like condensed almost community. So you have this big community. So it's desolate in farmland, like all around this entire community, except that community. And in that community, there's a lot of people that live in that community. Like any other like HOA type of community where you have your houses like, a few feet from each other and it's a planned unit and whatnot. But it's actually quite large for being in the middle of nowhere. And but what we did find out is that there are registered offenders in that area. There are a few specific in that community, but most of them are on the other side of the interstate. But still in close proximity. So very interested in learning more about them. And then there's, because of the farmland out there, there's a lot of unpaved roads or, ways to get in and out almost undetected, according to our, what we're viewing on the Google Earth maps and stuff like that when we're looking at it. So we're going out there to post banners, post flyers, walk the neighborhood, look at the possibility of how this, reenact the abduction, find out what are all the places that this vehicle can, because I would assume that it was a vehicle that snatched a child. I mean, I don't see a person walking down the road with a child under their arm like an envelope, walking away casually from an area. I mean, this is somebody that had to have been a snatch and grab if it was an abduction. It was just, the motives, means, the opportunity were like right there. So it's very interesting, this case, a lot of questions. I'll probably go out there and have more questions than answers when I come back. And, that is kind of the name of the game, but that's, at least I get an idea of, where everything is. And once I get an idea, then we can kind of coordinate that, put that on the maps and start really following and honing in on this case. But the good news is here in Fruitland, Idaho, they have coordinated with truckers and put Michael Monkey Vaughn's face on these trucks that are these semis that are going to be traveling all over the country. Talk about getting some attention to a face. I think this needs to be the standard. I really do. I think this truly should be the standard. Did I miss anybody's stuff here? Sorry, guys. I just realized I wasn't even in the chat wasn't even open. But think about how, you remember back in the day, the phenomenon was the milk cartons, missing people on milk cartons. Believe it or not, many abductions, because back then, a lot of people abducted children so they had children. It wasn't like they abducted children to do despicable, disgusting things to them or, kill them. A lot of these people, when these children disappeared, it was because they couldn't have children of their own and they wanted a child. So they went and took a child. And back then, we didn't have things like DNA or really good, police processes and it's in a police standard and, investigative standards and things of that nature. Back in those days, you didn't have that. And so these kids would be drinking milk and seeing their child picture on a milk carton, right? Well, now this has gotten even better. Now they're putting these things on these semi trucks. And I can't believe how amazing that would be. It's almost like a supersized milk carton driving on every single road across the country, and I granted there's only a few trucks that have his photo, but man, that's a step in the right direction. That's a step in the right direction to have something. When I was in politics, many of you guys know I still am. I still work here in my county. I'm not so much, all over the state of Florida like I once was. I'm more, just kind of local here. But one of the strategies that we used for political campaigning was bumper stickers, because a study shows that a bumper sticker gets about 250 views on that political bumper sticker, i.e., advertising that politician or whatever their agenda was, or, bill or whatever. But anyways, it was that bumper sticker that got eyes, as opposed to, say, yard signs, because a bumper sticker goes into all different places. It's on the interstate, it's on the back roads, it's on, you meet a lot of people. However, yard signs are stationary in a yard that, people have to drive by. Many people live in neighborhoods where there's not a whole lot of driving activity. So what I'm trying to say is something being on a moving vehicle, like a semi, gets a lot of attention. I mean, think about it. Every time we see a semi drive by, what do? We just naturally turn our head and read who the semi belongs to. Think about that. Process this, play it through. Every time a big truck drives by you when you're driving down the road, you naturally turn to look at it. I don't know why. I do it, but I do. Just like, roadkill. You don't want to look at it, but you can't help because you want to know what it is. Was it a deer? Was it a dog? Was it a cat? It's like, no. But you still look at it. Why am I looking at roadkill? I don't know. My eyes just go there. I don't know. I have no clue. But anyways, I think it's a great idea. I'm really excited. It is literally because of everybody that watches here and everybody that supports this channel that this trip, this specific trip, was absolutely hands down each and every one of you that helped sponsor this trip, that's made this trip possible. And we are going to go out there looking for a little boy named Michael Vaughn. Cute as a button too. And, every passing day, his mom's hopeful though, his mom's very, very hopeful. She said it multiple times. She feels he's still alive. Moms have that connection with their kid. And I could see the change, even with Kiely's mom. I could see the change in her from where she thought she was going to, Kiely was going to come home, to when she realized that this is not going to end well. And you could see that change in her. And I've watched I haven't watched any interviews recently because we've been sidetracked with Jolissa Fuentes and of course Kiely Rodni, which is taking a bulk of our time. But the interviews I saw with Brandy, she seemed very hopeful. She hasn't made that change, which makes me hopeful, right? So because moms always seem to know. I don't know what it is, but moms know. You have a connection with your children. You had your children in your belly for 9 months in most parts, for all intents and purposes, some a little sooner, some a little later. Like I was a 10-month baby. I was not a 9-month baby. I was a 10-month baby. Like my stepdaughter, she has, 7 and 8 month babies. My mom had 10-month babies, and some people have 9-month babies. I don't get it. So that's the way it rolls. It's like whenever the kid's ready, and they're like, okay, mom, I'm done. I'm ready to come home. Then you're in the hospital. So I don't know how you mamas do it. I really don't. I have not experienced that, but I'm glad I got to jump over the kids right to the grandkids. It worked for me. Just saying. I can't imagine how you felt. I'm sorry you still have flashbacks. So what's this? Me too. Thank you. Most scariest thing. I still have nightmares every now and then. Wow. I didn't hear your story. Let me see if I. Yeah, a lot of people. I thought I had gone too far with thinking this weekend at Bernie's idea was real. I guess others seem to think the same. I'm sorry, but that was just too funny. Like, he is such a douchebag, and it's like, and to finally catch him in something stupid like this, that was hilarious. I'm sorry. I died laughing every time I watch that. Like, if I'm having a bad day, I go and watch that stupid thing of, oh, sorry. Am I playing Jody Sue or am I playing Con Man PI? I don't know. I was adopted and my mom knew every time I was up to no good. Yeah, moms know. Moms, you don't have to be, you don't have to be all, moms know. Moms are moms. Moms are moms. Moms know. So it's like, and it's kind of funny because I've done so much as a teenager. I knew if I had kids, they wouldn't get away with half the crap I got away with. Seriously, I can smell it a mile away. Been there, done that. You ain't going down that road, baby. You better change course now, or I'll change it for you. Do as I say, not as I do, right? That's the motto of parents. Bribery and denial. Best parenting class ever. I'm telling you, I got great parenting skills because I don't have none. God bless you all that have children and haven't killed your children yet. I shouldn't say that, with Kiely on here. That sounds awful, but I'm just being funny. But seriously, we do really great, raising our children. We try so hard, but you know what? Even this, maybe she was very responsible. We have to look now at this. Could she have been drugged? that was brought up at the beginning. And I'm just like, there was a lot of substances out there. There's a lot of alcohol out there. But, at that time, she wasn't in the trunk of her freaking car either. You know what I'm saying? So now that she's in the trunk of her own car in the bottom of a freaking lake, now we need to look at that. What happened to her? Something happened. Dolly said something. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was weeks ago. He said something to the effect of, he does not believe that Kiely texted her mom at 11:30. Remember that? Dolly said, we were just starting down this case, a lot of creators were talking about it. And I remember Dolly went straight to the kids know something, and I was more reserved, and I went straight to poor Kiely probably accidentally, made a bad decision, right? So I call him up and I said, well, this is going to be kind of cool. I said, we're both on opposite ends of the argument. I said, this will be kind of cool. Do you, why do you feel that this is nefarious? And he told me, he goes, look, I really just don't believe that Kiely texted her mom. He said, I don't believe that. He goes, I believe somebody was trying to buy time. And that's relevant now. Yeah, Karen, he did say that. That makes this is all this stuff. Guys, my ears were open just because I wasn't believing that, because I had no concrete evidence to pull me in ways until this car was found. I was taking the side of caution and saying, this girl was at a party. She was drunk. She most likely got in her car and accidentally took a wrong turn and drove off a cliff or into the water or whatever. I feel she's in the water. It's what I said. And I always said, short of more information coming out, this is where I'm going to position myself, because we have no evidence outside of kids' statements not being, all over the place, which I equated to alcohol. I mean, there was a lot of alcohol and drugs out there. Let's be honest. So he said a lot of stuff, and a lot of other creators, and even you guys in here have I've been listening. I just haven't been willing to go down that path yet. I'm now willing to go down that path because there's no other path to go down. The idea that she did this to herself has been removed from my mind 100%. I do not believe that Kiely put herself in the back. I do not believe she floated back there. She got back there somehow. How did she get back there? Did she go back there and lay down and nobody knew she was back there? Was she put back there? Was she murdered? Did she die and they covered it up? That's the avenue that we're going down now. The idea that she did this is removed. Totally sounds like someone was buying time. Jaded, yes. So I gotta say, I hate this. I always like to think I'm right? But hey, you know what? The good thing about Bullhorn Betty is when I'm wrong, I don't mind admitting it. I don't sit there and give myself excuses. I don't sit there and, keep doubling down on the same BS. As soon as I realize that it's wrong, I correct course. I try to identify what made this wrong so it doesn't happen again. It will happen because a lot of the stuff that we do on here on YouTube is theories. It's theories, it's speculation, it's opinion-based. It's not, we have limited factual information in any of these cases we cover. Limited factual information. Unless we're out there getting information, we're not getting it. Because law enforcement's not telling us. So the only way we do find out information is getting our butts out to these places and getting the information we want. It's an expensive process, but it's the best process. I made some good points in the email I sent to you. Oh, I haven't checked my emails in a little minute. I've been so busy. I'll have to check them. Unless I responded to you, then I already read it and I just forgot. Again, it goes back to, the tow truck driver, right? I don't remember what I did yesterday. And he's describing an event that happened a week after it happened. And that's when he called law enforcement was a week after this incident. And I looked at Kate. I looked at that interview with Kate, Fox 40 interview. And there's a spot where she looks down. And when she looks down, she looks just like Kiely. Literally just like her. I'm going to try to find it now. Hold on a second. See if I can find that. If I can find that video for you guys, that would be awesome, because I'm telling you, there's just, where is it? Sorry, guys, give me a minute. I don't know how I can't find it. Guys, I'm doing much better on the MacBook Pro. I'm totally converted. I haven't opened my Dell in I don't know how long. I even put my hard drive on this computer. I can't save any additional stuff to the hard drive because it's formatted for the Windows version versus the Mac. So I've got to buy another hard drive for the Mac specifically. But I'm fully converted over onto the MacBook Pro. I'm still having problems because it functions a little differently than a Windows computer, but we're working through it. So bear with me as I try to I got to figure out how to organize stuff on this computer, because when I go in here, I'm noticing we're covering a lot more information, and it's making it even more difficult to remember the orders in which we're going to be showing them. And so I put them down in the tray, but again, I forget what order I need to put them in. What is this? So anyways, guys, if you guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for now. I've got a lot of work to do. I had fun with you guys this morning. I hope I helped you guys at least eliminate some of these photos. We don't have hardly any party photos. We only had really technically 3 or 4 photos of the party, and we just disputed and debunked one of them. So now we're down to 3 photos from that party, and it makes me wonder how many more photos are we going to find out that weren't from this party, that were provided to the public. Because this photo here, many people, did a lot of stuff with this photo, from, showing the, Kiely's vehicle, trying to state that they believe that this photo was taken inside Kiely's vehicle at that time. They've done facial overlays over the girl in the back seat. This photo wasn't even taken in California. So one photo has been debunked. We're going to still keep rolling out and keep going through this entire file, this entire case. We're going to look at every little aspect of it, and we're going to either prove or disprove the information. That's our process. I kind of feel, just to let you guys know, throwing it out there, Olivia and I are working really hard on this. I can't foresee us not making a trip to California. So it does appear that at some point we'll be making our way out to California, to this area. So just be on the lookout. We're already starting to work on it. I'll let you guys know as soon as we have some hard dates or, an idea. It looks like it's going to be very soon, maybe after Idaho. So we'll see. We'll see. Mags Larson deleted her Facebook page or made it so you can't find it anymore. I don't blame these kids. I don't blame these kids. The people here on YouTube are vicious. They're vicious. People on other social medias are vicious. We've come to a society that if we think it, it's true. And if we think it and it's true, we can go attack somebody because we thought it and we think it's true. We have no information about who this person is. Guys, even though we may think it's Sammy, we may think it's Jack, we may think it's Mac, we may think it's all 4 of them. They got together. Now, mind you guys, I want to tell you guys something. We've got photos. Now, I want to put this in perspective for you. I've got a photo in my possession that shows Kate and Kiely as young girls. Okay? These are friends that have been friends since they were children. Children. Like elementary school kids. I've got a photo in my possession. So we are working really hard behind the scenes. I'm not going to show anybody anything that I'm working on just yet. But the idea that Kate may have been involved, I just, even Mags, best friends, I just don't see those girls being, they've known each other for entirely too long. I mean, girls get in fights, we'll claw each other's face, pull each other's hair, but we're not taking somebody that's like a sister to us and putting them in a bottom of a freaking lake. It ain't happening. No matter how pissed off we are at them, it just isn't happening. I'm sorry. There's just some things I believe. If she was involved, man, I will be utterly devastated. But I just don't think Kate was involved. Hey, Justice, it's nice to see you. But again, I don't know because it's a whodunit at this point. We have to take into consideration this may have been done by somebody she doesn't even know, that she has no idea with. We know that there was a fight out there. We know that there was some fighting. There was fight parties. People were entirely too intoxicated, entirely too drug fueled. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on. This was an out of control party on steroids, in my opinion. We are not taking into consideration. We're taking into consideration that all these kids may do it, but there's another theory that whoever did this to her didn't even know her. Because if we do take the fact that if we take Sammy's statement as true, which many of us don't, because she's been caught being deceiving in the past. So her credibility is kind of shot, in my opinion. But if we take her accounts and she left, that means Kiely would have been at that party completely wasted, all by herself around a whole bunch of dudes she didn't know. And those dudes are most likely hormone-raged college kids that don't give a damn about women's rights, you know, or the word no, or the word, you know, incapacitated. We need to take that into consideration too, because we don't have information on this case. That's another speculative part of this case. Not only do we have to look at the friends of this girl, we have to look at people she didn't even know. Because why? She was at a party with over 400 people. Alone, according to her friends. According to her friends. So, Justice, just to let you know, the photo of the girls in the car that everybody's been discussing and doing facial overlays, and I don't know how long you've been here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this over here so you can see it. You know, facial overlays, you know, believing that this is Kiely's SUV, and, you know, these girls are, you know, that they believe that this girl, the blonde in the back, is drunk, and Kiely and all this other stuff. We have reached out of all the girls here, the 3 in the back seat. We've got statements from 2 of the girls that were in the back seats. We've corroborated that they are legit. They are these people in the back seats. We have confirmed that. We've gotten their social media account. We've confirmed it by photography, name, everything. So we know where this photo was taken. This photo here was taken in Reno, Nevada, at another party that was happening over there with the high school kids over there. So this wasn't even taken in the state of California, let alone at Prosser Family Campground. So not Kiely's SUV, not Kiely in the back seat. None of these people even knew Kiely, and none of these people were even at Prosser Family Campground or at Prosser Reservoir. So just you know, for everybody to know, this photo here has been debunked. It is no longer associated with the party. Has no association whatsoever. So anyway, Justice, I hope you go live soon, because I'm getting off. We're at our 2-hour mark. I'm getting off. I want to tell everybody I love you. God bless you. You know, this is a bad story. Please, if you have teenage kids, this is my suggestion. Now, again, I have grandkids. I raised stepkids. I did not physically have a child come out of me. That's okay. Doesn't make me any less of a mom. Okay. It doesn't make me any less of a mom. And I can tell you that if you have a teenage child, 12 or up, it's time to start thinking about words. Okay. Follow me. When your child is in danger, you need to have a secret word. This is a secret word that they're allowed to come to you with, and they cannot get in trouble. If they use this secret word with their parent or parents for help out of a sticky situation, you can't punish them for it. They can't use it all the time. They can't call you every week with it. But you need to give them that key word that they can call you when they're in a sticky situation to get them out. And you cannot punish them for it. When they do the right thing by utilizing that word to call you when they're in a sticky situation, they did the right thing. I'm not saying they should be rewarded, but they shouldn't be punished. But they only don't get punished if they use that word. So you guys need to work on a secret word with your kids. So when they're at a party, they're too drunk, or maybe they go to a party, they don't want to drink, they don't want to do drugs, but there's drinking, there's alcohol and drugs at the party, and they want to leave. You know, you can call them, they can give you the secret word. Mine was violin, you know, so it would go something like this, and it'd be like, I'll call home and said, well, I love playing my violin, but do you mind coming and picking me up? So people around me didn't realize I'm giving my family key words that's telling them that I'm feeling uncomfortable or something's going on. And that notifies the parent that, hey, you know what? Don't ask any questions. It's time to go pick up your kid, take them home. If they want to tell you what's going on, they'll tell you. Nice to see you, St. Elmo's. Where was the community press or question? I don't know what that means. Presser. Oh, you mean Prosser. Where was the community Prosser? So Prosser is like, I don't know, about 30 minutes away from her home, Kiely's home, if I'm answering your question correctly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But what I can tell you is that I found it. I didn't realize Donner Lake is the lake next to her home. I didn't realize how deep that lake was. Did you guys notice that? That lake got, I think it was over 150 feet in some areas, and it went to a straight drop. I did not realize that they would probably have been smarter by taking the car over to Donner Lake and dropping it in, because that went all the way to the bottom. But they didn't. They stuck it in Prosser Lake. And when they did the drone, I could see the car clear as day in the bottom of that lake at Prosser, clear as day. And it just leaves me to wonder why law enforcement couldn't find it. Now, they said it was because there was additional water on top of the vehicle. And I did look at the sonar scan. It's hard to tell without the trained eye. I had to watch that sonar and pick up on what they were doing. I had to watch that 4 or 5 different times. I mean, hell, even Olivia, when she was here, we stopped and paused and rewind. I wish she was on here right now so I could ask her. I want to say it was a lot. It was a lot of times while we were watching it and analyzing the video. It was a lot. We paused a lot to see that. And it's just, I don't understand how they missed it, but it is a craft, I can tell you. If you guys looked at that sonar and you couldn't make out the tires, go back there, rewind, fast forward, rewind, you'll see it. You'll see it. To the naked eye, it took a lot of paying attention to finally see it. But when you see it, every time it comes on from that point forward, it's there. You see it. So both my boys never partied, thank God. Believe it or not, as wild as I had become in my young teenage years, that was one thing I never really went to a whole lot of house parties. I never had house parties at my home when my parents were out, like even the doctor's kids across the streets, they threw some mega parties, and I never even went over to their parties. And I know their parties they had it, I don't know. I was out there, but I never really liked the crowded people partying, and I was just never with all that. One of the night videos I seen, you can see reflectors on some of these trees in the park. Wow. Hold on here. What does it say? I don't think the car was dumped after Ellie's search. I don't either. And this is why. And some people speculate that tow truck, I think that tow truck, I believe him. I believe what he's saying he believes happened. I don't think he's being deceptive or lying. I think it's a case of mistaken identity, because here's why. If you take all the facts that we know to this case, everything was in and around Prosser. Everything that happened is in and around Prosser. For example, she got there at 10. There were fights going on. There was alcohol. There was stuff at Prosser. She disappeared. Her phone last pinged at Prosser. Her phone turned off for its final time at 12:33, which I believe was the time that cab was completely filled with water and at the bottom of that lake. I think it took less than 3 minutes from the time that car it was introduced to that water to the time it fully submerged. I believe was that 3-minute mark from 12:30 to 12:33. What happened at 12? Everything happened right there at 12:30. There was a mass exodus of cars. Nobody knew anything. There was and her car is in the lake. I truly believe that her car had been there since that night. I truly believe whatever happened, those children saw and took off like bats out of hell because they did not want to get involved in it. And, we all thought when we were talking about this and speculating that they were going to an after party, which is plausible. But in this case, now that we know that Kiely was right there this whole time, those kids, every single person, law enforcement needs to go to those street cameras and pull every license plate of every single car that left there and drag their asses down to that station and have them make a statement. The idea that these children were not there is ludicrous. Parents, you need to be parents. Every now and again, there are times in our lives when our character and integrity matters as parents. This is one of them. Nobody forced your child to go. Your child was there. They are a witness. Back the hell off your kids and tell them to open their mouth. Because what you're teaching your children is a horrible, horrible lesson. Horrible. You don't teach your children to be irresponsible if you want responsibility from your children. If you want good character in your children, you don't show them how to have poor character. If you want your child to have integrity, you must show what integrity is. You can't expect your children to be good stewards in this country if you yourself are unwilling to be a good steward in this country. It's a 16-year-old child. What if it was yours? Do unto others as you wish they would do unto you. Parents out there in Truckee, don't be pieces of shit. Rise above. Be the cream of the crop. Sometimes being a leader means doing things other people are not willing to do. So I pray for the parents out there to guide your child to the right response to this. They have to talk. There's a 16-year-old dead girl. It could have been your kid. You wouldn't want this being stonewalled. You wouldn't want a parent telling their children not to cooperate when it's your child on a gurney, when it's your child in the morgue. Have a heart. Have a heart. Help bring justice for Kiely. She deserves it. You never know. I mean, life's a long time, but so short. It could be your child next. Don't let it be your child. Your child's about to go off to college. What happens if something happens to your child and everybody turns their back on you? Think about that. God bless each and every one of you. And don't forget to be fearless, folks. Have a blessed day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.